So I am Titty and I'm going on 31 really soon and I can't believe it. So I was really thinking about this last decade that has passed, my 20s, and thinking about the experiences that I have encountered and went through and how it has developed and changed me and created the person that I am today, the woman that I am today. And I look back and there are a lot of things that I wish I knew, I wish I did differently. And at the same time, there are things when I look back, I am like, thank God I made these choices. Thank God I learned these lessons. So today I wanted to share with you guys some life lessons for your 20s. Hi, my name is Lois Raymond. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, thank you so much. On this channel, I'm all about helping and serving you navigate and blossom through life as a godly woman, wife, and mother. So let's start this. Things I wish I knew in my 20s or life lessons that I've learned. The very first thing, and they are in no particular order, the very first thing is that failure is not final. Failure is feedback. I have always been my greatest critic, and the burden and the pressure that I've placed on myself, especially when there were low points in my life where I felt as though I was a failure, where I felt as though the things that I endeavored to do fail, I felt so low and so depressed and so discouraged. But I wish that my perspective was different because I am learning, and because of the things that I have failed at, it helped me to even make better choices and better decisions. I gained experience in that. So I knew now the things not to do or what to do because of it. And I really had to learn to make peace with failure and see it as a friend and not an enemy. I just had to understand that, hey, failure does not define me. It does not define who I am or my potential. The second thing, when I look back on my 20s, the lesson that I've learned is just to be more proactive and intentional when it comes to your goals and accomplishing it. I mean, when you're young, you can be deceived by time, thinking that you have your whole life ahead of you and you have all the time in the world to accomplish certain things. And it can be deception, because by the time you know it, you're like me, you're 30 years old and you're looking back and you're like, oh my gosh, an entire 10 years have passed. You have to have a game plan and a timeline to the things that you want to accomplish, and not just think about it and just have it in your head, but really step out in faith. Oh my gosh, I notice a lot of times young people, especially when you're in your 20s, there's so much insecurities that there's a fear to really trust God and step out in faith and put into action the things that you want to do. And when looking back, I wish that I just believed God more and believed in myself more. Trusted the desires and the dreams and the goals that I had, knowing that the Lord would have been with me, and step out in faith, launch out in faith, and do what I felt in my heart to do. So it's good to have all these desires and plan, but really be intentional and proactive in getting these things done. Not thinking that you have all the time in the world and it will just fall into place. There are some things that you have to do. What are the steps? What are the steps do I need to do to make my dreams a reality? And start now, start young, so that by the time you are my age, your goals, your dreams, it's already established and off the ground. Number 3, my advice for you guys is life happens. Plan your life. Yes, plan your life, but still leave room for God. Life have a way of just throwing you curveballs, and the things happen. The unexpected happen, things that you didn't cater for. It happens, and you have to be able and know how to pivot and how to adjust and readjust to when things don't go the way that you plan. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have disappointments. Sometimes you're just going to have to wait and trust God. But learning to pivot and reinvent yourself, and just learning sometimes how to just ride the wave and just make lemon out of lemonades is a skill that you ought to have. And just understand that, hey, you know what? I am still in the plan and the will of God. And this door may have been shut, but guess what? Lord, you will open another door. When I look at my life, there are so many things that I wanted, and I would say, when you're young, you always say, well, I'm going to have this house in Beverly Hills, and I always wanted 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and I will be married by this age and have this and that and the other, and all that's good. But understanding that if you're titty and you're still single, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. If you don't have kids by 25, the world is not going to end. Life happens, things happen. And yes, we want to have a strict timeline on how we want things to go in our life to go. But leave room for God. Leave room for His plan in your life. Which takes me to my 4th point, which is your season will come. Oh yes, be blessed by this word. Your season, it will come. Lois, 20-year-old Lois, that has always been the bridesmaid and never the bride. 20-year-old Lois that is looking at her best friend gets married and is sitting there and is like, Lord, when is my time coming? My advice to you is your time is coming. Your season will come. Just wait and celebrate others. Celebrate their success. Celebrate with them the things that you want that they have and they are experiencing, knowing that your time is going to come and it's going to be the right time. And when it happens, you're going to say, Lord, thank you for me waiting. Lord, thank you because it happened in the perfect time. God's timing is perfect. My 5th point, you will change. Your style will change. Your taste will change. Your personality will change. I am not the person that I was at 20 years, at 25 years. My style have changed. My body have changed. I remember there were things in my life, different personality traits that I disliked about myself. Oh my gosh, I didn't like it. But you know what? The Lord worked in me, and now I can look back and I'm like, I'm not the same person that I am when I got married. I'm not the same person that I am before I got married. You change, you evolve, you grow. The things that I liked back then, I don't like now. The things that I tolerated when I was younger, I don't tolerate it now. I was thinking, the things that people would have said to me and do to me, they cannot do it to me now at this age because I am different and I have changed. My 6th advice is never say never. And what I mean by that, sometimes we say, I will never do this and no one can never do me that. And we say it from a place of pride, or we say it from a place as though we are untouchable. And I used to be like that. I would say, no man can never do me this. And guess what? I live to bite my words. Is it bite or eat? I think it's eat. I live to eat the same words that I said no one would never do me, that I actually allowed people to do me. So never say never from a proud place thinking that you're untouchable and that no one could never do you that. I mean, life have a way of humbling you, and don't allow life to humble you. You humble yourself. Show people grace. Show people love. Don't be quick to judge people and judge situations and always point fingers, because I'm telling you, it have a way of coming back, and the same things that you didn't give people grace about, people will not give you grace. So operate from a standpoint of love and not a standpoint of being judgmental. Comparison is a thief of joy, and the thing with comparison, it makes you forget. It blinds you of the blessings that are in your life and what God has bestowed to you, His love and His favor, and the things that He has placed in you and the opportunities He has given to you. I mean, there were times where I compared my relationship to other people's relationship. There were times I put pressure on my boyfriend. Why you can't be like this boy? Why our relationship can't be like this? And I would always compare my body to other people, other girls' body. Compare where I am, my career path to other people. And it can be very dangerous. Do not compare yourself to others. And a lot of the times we compare ourselves because of the insecurities that we are facing. But honey, stay in your lane and be focused. It's something that I had to learn. Stay in your lane, be focused, and be content. Perfect you. You work on you and develop you. Don't try to be like other people. Don't try to make your relationship like other people. Be you and do you. Focus on you. Don't compare people. Don't compare nothing. Don't compare your life to no one else. You are in a different path. When you start to compare, it thieves your joy. It is a thief. It will steal from you. So don't compare yourself, your relationship, your career choices, the season that you're in to others. You are in your own unique lane. Focus on where you are going and what the Lord has called you to do. And don't stray looking at who's on your left and who's on your right. Number 8 is accepting my body and my body type. And you guys know I speak about this a lot on my channel, just dealing with insecurities about my weight and my size. And I had to just learn that, Lois, this is how the Lord has made you. This is your body type. This is how you can't change it. You can't get wider hips. You can't get a bigger butt. Even if I exercise, I cannot change how my body shape is. And I just had to accept it. The things that I could have changed, change it. If you want to get flatter belly, exercise. If you can exercise and diet, do that. But the things that you cannot change, just accept it and work with what you have. And number 9, marriage isn't that scary. I remember growing up and thinking that, oh my gosh, I had a fear of getting married, you guys. Literally, that was like a fear of mine, getting married, because I heard so many horror stories about people getting married, women getting married, and the men changed, and they were wife beaters, and they were unfaithful. And I had this fear of getting married. And when I got married, it has been the best decision that I've ever made in my entire life. And I learned that when you marry someone that is grounded and has a good character, you have nothing to fear. Yes, you'll be nervous on your wedding day, but marriage is not that scary. The transition for me from being single to marry, it was a smooth one. It was a smooth one. Marriage is not that scary. And number 10, last but not least, titty isn't as old as you think it is. I know you're 23 and you're like, oh my gosh, titty, it's so old. No, it isn't. It's not the end of the world when you turn 30. We think that, oh my gosh, will I be able to bear kids? Yes, you still will be able to have kids and all that stuff. You're going to be fine when you reach 30. It's not the end of the world. Your life will not come to an halt. It's not a doomsday age. 30 isn't that old, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope that you have learned so much from this video. And let me know what are some of the things that you have learned in your 20s and even in your 30s. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.